Hello, I'm Dean Mitchell and welcome to Kalkine TV. This is the Mid-Market Pulse. As the ASX 200 trades in the green, is it a fresh 52-week high? The market traded in the positive territory. The benchmark index ASX 200 added 26.50 points by noon and traded at 7,090, up by 0.38% on Friday's closure. 8 of 11 sectors traded higher today, with utilities being the top performer, followed by materials and many others. Energy was the worst performing sector by lunchtime. Sims Limited, Resolute Mining Limited and Champion Iron Ore Limited from materials all traded higher, and crude oil prices did ease today after recording a 4-week high level in the last week on expectations of demand recovery. Brent crude oil for June deliveries traded 0.49% down, $66.38 per barrel on the 19th of April, whereas WTI crude oil futures for May delivery transacted at US 63.19 cents a barrel. The prices were also underpinned by remarkable 18.3% first quarter growth in China's GDP numbers. Other major highlights in the much awaited trans-Tasman quarantine-free travel began between Australia and New Zealand today. The new arrangement allows Australian and New Zealanders to travel between both countries without requiring any quarantine. The only requirement for travel would be an online declaration, negative report prior to flying. Welcoming this step after 13 months or 400 days of closed borders, the governments on both sides clarified that they were not in a hurry to open up borders for the rest of the world previously. Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister of Australia, said that the conditions in the Australia-New Zealand were very different compared to the rest of the world with regard to the spread of COVID, so the government would consult with the state, regions and the health authorities on this. Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, has been falling through the weekend after witnessing a record run last week. On Sunday in the intraday, the digital currency tumbled by as much as 14% to $51,541. Later, having pared some of its losses, it was trading 6.39% lower at US $56,510 on Monday morning. Most of the other digital assets were also under pressure. The sell-off on the weekend happened after a huge surge in prices last week, which saw Bitcoin topping $64,000 mark. Shares that are on trading halt today: Asset Owl Limited and Impact Minerals Limited are on a trading halt pending announcements related to capital raising. Emira Limited is on a trading halt pending an announcement related to a proposed placement of securities. Greenland Minerals is on a trading halt pending an announcement related to media reports on forming the coalition government in Greenland. And Elixir Energy Limited is on a trading halt pending an announcement related to fundraising. The ASX 200 movers this Monday. Centuria Group, the listed investment platform, is all set to merge with Perth-based Prime West in a stock and cash deal. Prime West shareholders will receive Australian $1.51 per share, a 3.1% premium to the last closing price. The Prime West board has confirmed its intention to accept its contract. Prime West directors represent 53% of shares. The Australian investment manager Centuria Capital said the agreement would merge together two real estate complementary platforms. The formed entity is anticipated to have assets under management of more than 15 billion Australian dollars with a market cap of 2.2 billion. Centuria already entered the bid implementation deed with Prime West in an off-market acquisition offer. Shares gained by 4.693%. Worley Limited secured a significant engineering and procurement services deal from Chevron in the United States. The company is roped in for brownfield modification services to one of Chevron's deepwater production plants, which is located in the Gulf of Mexico. As per the agreement, Worley will provide its design and engineering services for the integration and subsea tieback of the Ballymore oil and gas field. The company will also provide procurement services for topsides, and it is supporting both topside designs in the subsea. Worley's US Gulf Coast team would execute the topside services and project management Intersea, which is part of Worley's Advesian consulting business will execute the subsea portion of the project. Shares declined by 0.093%. Crown Resources Limited announced receiving a proposal from Oaktree Capital Management for a funding commitment of up to nearly 3 billion Australian dollars. The proposal is a preliminary, unsolicited, indicative and non-binding one. The proceeds would be used to buy back some of Crown shares from Consolidated Press Holdings Proprietary Limited, which currently holds nearly 37% shares in Crown. The Crown board will first evaluate the proposal, and it also confirmed that the company is yet to form any view on the merits of the proposal. Crown shares were slightly up by 0.671%. Cazalet Resources Limited announced on Monday it has appointed Tara French as the new CEO and Managing Director of the company. Tara will be engaged in the role as Chief Executive Officer at the start of July and will transition into the role of Managing Director after 3 months. Tara French is a geologist with 24 years of mining and exploration experience, mostly in Western Australia. Recently, Tara was associated with Regis Resources as General Manager, which shares rose by 4.54%. Kalkine Resources Limited announced that the company is now debt-free and holds around 2 million Australian dollars in the bank following recent capital raises. The release informed that a meeting to approve the issue of 190 million fully paid ordinary CAE shares in full and final satisfaction of the loan provided by Aquis Finance has been held. Tom Pickett, Executive Chairman, said that Kalkine is now poised to further its exploration activities at its Mount Kalkine Copper Gold Project and Piccadilly Gold Project. Shares gained by 5.882%. Shares of Oricrobe Limited rose as much as 4.7% to Australian 6.49 as the company stated that it will be buying rival Galaxy Resources to form the world's 5th largest lithium chemicals company, valued at 4 billion Australian dollars. The deal comes at a time of industry consolidation driven by soaring prices of the raw material used in making electric vehicles, which have sent stocks higher. Galaxy shares jumped as much as 3.9% to 3.75 Australian dollars under the $1.78 billion Australian deal. Galaxy shareholders will receive 0.569 Oricrobe shares for each Galaxy share. Meanwhile, as of the last close, Ore stock has gained up to 38.7% and Galaxy stock has risen 62% this year so far. That is all for now. I'm Dean Mitchell. Please stay tuned with Kalkine TV. We'll be back very soon.